This is our third training video, and in this video, we're looking at discussion board grading feedback. So I'm going to pop into a few courses, and this is something you would do on Wednesday because the instructors are required to have their grading done for the discussion boards on Tuesday, and again, it's for the prior week. So let's pop into some courses and look at various feedback. I'm just going to randomly pick courses, so hopefully we will find some errors. Again, it's week 3, so it automatically lands in the current week, so you'll always have to go look at previous weeks. So let's look at some of week 1 discussion board grading feedback. Now, it doesn't matter how many students are in the class. When you're looking at grading feedback, you always want to go to the course dashboard. This is Dr. John Small's class. And you go to Open Grader. So Dashboard, Open Grader. And you can see up here, it's week 1 discussion, which is exactly what we want to look at. So the first thing I look at is the grade. So over here you can see there was a total of 1 post, and they are supposed to have 4 posts per week. So this makes sense to me. If I saw 4 posts over here, I would be concerned. So let's look at the actual grading feedback, because again, that is what you are looking at. You always want to make sure the name is spelled correctly, especially when it's a unique name, which this one is. He says, thank you for completing the discussion for week 1. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's okay because it's discussion. The course is in week 3, so I've deducted 10 points for being late and 30 points for not responding to others. That's very fair. The discussions are very important within an online course, so I hope you spend more time on these and within the week that they are meant to be responded. So he's encouraging Shaniqua to participate real time, to be involved that week. If you have any other issues, please let me know. Thanks, Professor Small. So I'm not sure why that's down there twice, but it's not a problem. So what you're going to do, so I'm fine with that. So again, we're only looking at grading feedback for the discussion board, which you will do on Wednesday. Only the people who post, you'll see, all we're going to do is hit next user. So Lee, the grade is 100. You can see total of 4 posts, 1 original and 3 replies, which is exactly what they are supposed to have. When you look at his feedback, you can see that it's personalized and it meets the requirements. So let's go to the next person. And this is what you would do literally for each course. So here is a perfect example of why we have people do what you're doing. Now, you can see that the grade is 0. And here's why. It says, Ronald, you did not complete the discussion board, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can see he just did week 1 4 days ago, which there's many schools of thought, but we chase students to make up previous work, so we do believe in giving some credit for submitting late. So this is where you would make a note, and you would, if you're monitoring Dr. Small's Accounting 150 class, you would write a note to Dr. Small, and you would say, Dear Dr. Small, please note that Ronald Francis submitted his week 1 discussion board late. He has 4 posts. Please award I wouldn't say partial credit. We don't tell him how to grade, but we just notify them there was a late submission and could he please grade it. So Dr. Small will then know, oh, there was a late submission and I am going to go in and grade that. So I'm actually making a note right now. So again, we would just inform Dr. Small that Ronald Francis submitted the week 1 discussion board late and could he please grade it. So make yourself a little note. Then you hit next user. Jessica has a 0, but you can see over here there are 0 posts. So this is correct. Shalonda has 3 posts, 1 original and 2 replies. So let's look at his grading. He has the name. He gives her great feedback, but he did tell her that he took away 10 for not replying to that 3rd student. So perfect grading, and he signed his name. Norman has 3 posts, 1 original and 2 replies. So this would be an error, but let's read his feedback just to make sure. It says, Norman, thanks for providing response, payroll. Except for misspelling the word distribute, you provided an excellent post. Also appreciate how you interacted with others. Your input and opinions are much appreciated. So the only thing he accidentally did was there are supposed to be 4 posts total to get 100. So I am going to make a note for Dr. Small and send him an email and just say, Norman only posted 3 posts. He was awarded 100 points. Please adjust his grade. Okay, so I made a note and I'm going to send that to him. So let's go back to hit next user. Caitlin Lockwood did not do her submission. That is why she has a 0. Next user. Kanaya, no posts in week 1. He put her name, encouraged her to do it, signed his name. Jerome has 100. There are 4 posts total, which it should be. 1 original, 3 replies. He put very good feedback to Jerome. So again, you can see you don't have to spend a long time, and this will get easier the longer you do it. So Sarah, she has 100, 4 posts, 1 original, 3 replies. Addressed her by name, put unique feedback, signed his name. Glenna only has 1 post. Her original post looks really good and robust, so it looks like he gave her 70 on that. You can see here he put the reason for the amount of points deducted and the reason. You must respond to others to get the full credit for each discussion. So perfect. James Walling, he has 5 posts. He received a 95. He addressed them by name. He said, missing the hyphen and non-current, spacing errors, and missed commas minus 5. Despite these errors, nicely done. He closed with a compliment and told him why he was taking away points, so that one's perfect. And it's back to Shaniqua. Now, another way to see the students is a drop down, but to me it's much easier to use the arrow. So just randomly going through that course, we found 2 little errors that we need to let Dr. Small know about. So let me pick another class, someone that we have not gone into their class. Let's go into EHR. Now again, we're looking at week 1, discussion board, grading feedback. So we want to go to course dashboard, open grader. Annette Mackey is the instructor for this course. So we're in week 1 right here. You can see 4 posts, 1 original, 3 replies, awarded a 90, addressed the student by name. You always want to make sure it's the correct student. Sometimes teachers get in a hurry and put the wrong name. Name of student, good job. Tells why EHRs are beneficial. You've received 70 points for your initial post replies to peers. Only 2 sentences, therefore 20 points were earned. So you can see, great job with the original post, but she's correct, only 2 sentences. So gave a 90, signed her name and credentials. Perfect. Let's look at the next one. Sheree. Okay, 5 posts, 85. Let's see. You've received 65 points for your original post. Now, the problem here is she did not say why. So, if she did not earn full credit, in here, there should be parentheses stating why she took off points. So, I will send an email to Annette Mackey, letting her know that Sheree, for week 1 discussion board, forgot to tell why deducted points. I'm writing this down. Okay, let's look at the next one. Deja, she has 4 posts. Let's see if she told her why. Yep, so she took off points because her replies to peers were too short. Perfect. Jessica has a 75. So let's see. She got 70 points for original. Replies to peers are only 2 sentences and were posted late. Therefore, only 5 points were earned. So that's fine. She told her why. Carmesia, she gave her 80. She has 4 posts, but it says you have received 65 points for your original post. She didn't really explain why. She did explain why the replies to peers. She says there are only 2 sentences and did not add value to the discussion because, like she said, great post. Let's make this happen and finish with a great ending. I agree. Okay, Christina, she gave her 100, 4 posts. You can tell how far along you are, so we're to the G's, so we're probably halfway through. 83, your initial discussion was not posted by Thursday at midnight, therefore 63 out of the 70 were earned. Perfect. She told her why. Tanya, let's see if she told her why. Because she was late. And 10 points deducted because I agree is not adding value. Perfect. Kimberly Hopkins, she got a 95. 5 points were deducted because replies to peers need to be 3 sentences. Perfect. Tramel, he missed 20 points because the response to peers weren't meaningful. A lot of students struggle with that, and a lot of students really don't like the discussion boards. Okay, this was late and no replies to peers, so therefore she got a 39. Andrea got 100. She had 4 posts. Johnny got 100, 4 posts. I always go look at that because, like the one we saw earlier, the instructor probably just got busy and didn't realize it. This person has 6 posts, but only got an 80 because these weren't really in depth, and you can see missing capital letters. So grading feedback's fine on that. And this video ends in 1 minute because with this free version of Screencast, you can only do 15 minutes. So I was going to see if anyone's was skipped grading. So if you were doing this, you would go through every one of these, make sure it's Hattie, 80, 4. Did she explain why the 20 points? Yep, she signed her name. And I think that takes us back to, okay, West, 100. Courtney, 90, there's 5. And we're back to Jamila. So this is how you go to look at the discussion board feedback. We looked at Dr. Small's class, Annette Mackey's class. I have